Hello, my name is Zachary Camarillo. I'm an instructor here for CAM-ASEAN. So today we're going to talk about prepositions. So prepositions are one of the hardest things in English to understand, but it's also one of the most common things we use. The reason prepositions can be so confusing is because most languages outside of Latin, so languages other than English, French, German, Spanish, a lot of languages they don't use prepositions. So what is a preposition? Well, what we have to understand is that most grammar in English has one goal, and that is, how can I give you more information with less words? How can I give you more understanding by using or writing less words? And that's kind of what prepositions do. Prepositions are words we use to show the relationship of a noun to action, or a noun to basically any part of the sentence after the preposition. So it could be noun to noun, noun to verb, verb to noun. That's what we're really talking about. It's the relationship. So it can be the relationship of time, or usually the relationship of place. And that's what we're talking about. So let's look. Let's just have some examples here. So let's say verb to noun. I am moving, let's say moving to Phnom Penh. I am moving to Phnom Penh. Here's our preposition. It's telling me the result of this action. Where does the action go? Who gets the action? Who gets the result? Or what gets the result? And that's what this preposition is doing. It's telling you the relationship. How is this verb related to this noun? Okay, or it can be noun to noun even. I am next to the TV. Okay, now prepositions are usually one word. In this case, we have two words. I am next to the TV. Its relationship of time or place, and we're going to see some examples of that. But that's all we have to really think about. All we're doing is connecting some sort of noun to a different part of the sentence. And I want to show a relationship of time or location. And it just makes our writing easier to understand, and we can use less words to do that. Well, let's start with time, because that's a pretty common one. So let's look at time. Let's focus on time here. Okay, so we're talking about time. So the most common prepositions we use: in, on, at, by. We use these almost all the time in basic sentences and complex sentences. I mean, this is why prepositions are so important. Prepositions are important because we use them in every situation. No matter how simple or how complex. Even though this is kind of a hard idea to understand, it's not advanced. It's something we have to learn because we use it all the time. So prepositions of time, in, on, at, by, what we have to think about is going from a big idea, a general idea, to a very specific idea. So in is the most general. In is the most general. And when we talk about time, it's very close to location. In, it's like location. There's something all around me. Okay? So the reason we say in with year, I was born in 1982, the reason that we use in with year is because we try to imagine a picture. Time. I am inside of a year. There is the year in front of me, the year behind me. It's like I am in the year. Because we're not using a specific time, a year is a period of time. So I can be anywhere inside of the period of time. That's why we have to say in. We use in for a more general, a bigger sense of time. Okay? Now, in is also for month. Why? Same reason. There's month in front of me, month behind me. Okay? Today is July, let's see, 21st. There's still 9 more days in July, and there's 20 days behind me. I'm in the month. Same with week. I'm in the week. Days in front, days behind. Prepositions are important. They're very figurative, meaning it's a picture. We're trying to imagine a picture to understand my situation. So that's what I encourage you to do. In is for a more general period of time. In a year, in a month, in a week. But why do I say in? It's because it's like I'm inside of it. Okay? Try to imagine pictures because it's going to help you visualize what we're trying to say. Now, on for days. On Monday all the way to Sunday. Okay? On Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday. Any day, we're going to say on. Once again, I know time is hard to picture, but imagine a calendar. Okay? Imagine a calendar here. We have these days. I'm on this day. I'm touching this day. So in is like inside of something. On means touching the surface. What is the surface? It just means outside, area. My skin is a surface. My watch is on, touching surface. Same thing. My feet touching the ground, on the ground. Now in this case, we can't see time. We have to try to imagine it. So like a calendar, I say on the day because it's like I'm touching that day. Now, at we use for a specific hour. And you can see this is kind of the trend that we do. General, specific, the most specific. At is for a specific hour. Okay? Now, when we use by, it means specifically deadline, due date. Okay? This, your homework is due by tomorrow. Okay? It's just saying deadline, end of the date. So how do we use these? That's pretty much it. If I'm going to say the week, or the month, or the year, I have to say in. My birthday is in July. Okay? I was born in 1986. It is the 3rd week. Okay? We are in the 3rd week of July. It is the 3rd week in July. Today, our class is on Tuesday at 2 p.m. So that's all we're doing. So less specific, more specific. General idea, period of time. One specific day, on. One specific time, at. Now what if I have a full date? If I'm going to write a full date, let's say, let's have a full date. Let's say July 15th. What do you think we say? Now, it's always the most specific part. Even though this is a month, I'm talking about a specific day in the month. So it's on July 15th. But let's be even more specific. So on July 15th, and then 2 p.m. we have to say at for the time, for the hour. So anytime it revolves, the focus is a day, it's going to be on. If the focus is an hour, it's going to be at. And then in is for period of time. Month, week, year. Okay? Specific day, specific hour, specific time. Now, let's forget about this for a second. Let's go to location. What we can do here, this is a little more visual. We can use these pictures here. Now, it's not so much general or specific when we talk about location. When we're talking about location, these prepositions have specific meanings. So let's start with at. Like a specific hour, at is a specific place. At home, at work, at the mall. In means within the boundaries, meaning I'm inside of something. I'm in the room. There's room all around me. I'm in my shirt. It's all around me. Okay? Shoes, pants, in. This, not in. It's on. On because touching surface. It's on the outside. It's not surrounded by something. Okay? It's on the outside. If we're talking about on the outside, touching the outside, we're going to say on. Inside of something is surrounding me. In, specific location, at. Now, let's talk about how we use these, because it can be confusing. Here's the point. It's giving you more understanding depending on the preposition I use. If I say, I am at the mall. Let's make it more specific, because there's more than one mall. I am at AEON. Now, at is specific location, but AEON is a big location. I could be at AEON in the parking lot. I can be at AEON in Starbucks. So that's all it is. It's giving us specific information so you understand the picture. You understand the relationship of time or place. So I'm at AEON in Starbucks, at the table, on the chair. This is what you have to decide. You have to choose what prepositions to use to make the person understand you the best. So if I say I am at AEON, well, AEON is very large. Where? I am in AEON. Now I'm more specific. I'm not just at the location, I'm inside of the mall. I am in AEON. But where? There's many stores in AEON. I am in AEON at Starbucks. So I'm inside the mall, in front of Starbucks. I go inside of Starbucks. I am in Starbucks at the table. And this is how we have to do it. We create the picture for the listener, or we create the picture for the reader to understand what is happening. And I can use it in less words, okay? I'm at AEON in Starbucks. I don't have to use many sentences to say many things. I don't have to say, I am located at the mall AEON. Inside of that mall, I am at the store Starbucks, sitting at a table. We can make this much simpler and give a clear relationship of time and place. Now, I know this is the confusing part because it can be anything. I'm at AEON, I'm in AEON. If I'm on top of AEON, it can be anywhere. So at Specific location, on, touching surface, or in. And it can change depending on what I'm talking about. Once I'm in, I'm at. Once I'm at, maybe I'm in. So let's look at some more examples. So this is good to use the picture. At a specific place, inside of something, touching something. Now, all of these prepositions can be time or place, but we have one more. We have what we call direction. So what does direction mean? Well, preposition of direction means location plus change of movement, change of place. So, to, moving towards a specific place, the change in place, okay? Now, we are moving to Chicago next month. I'm here, Chicago's over there. That's the change in my direction, my change in my location. Into, same thing. I'm becoming enclosed. So once I'm in the room, I'm in the room. But also, I can talk about the change. So to go from outside to inside, I am going into the room. Now, the dog jumped into the pond. Rosa poured the water into the cup. Into and in are the same. It's just, if you say into, you're focusing on the change. The change from not in to in. Same thing, on to, on, result. On just means touching outside. To is the result. Same here, to is the result here. So let's look at this sentence specifically. We are moving to Chicago next month. So we are moving to Chicago next month. What if I take away to? We are moving Chicago next month. Without to to talk about a specific change or the result, it makes it sound like this verb is directly changing Chicago. But this verb isn't directly changing Chicago. We're trying to connect this action and noun to this part of the sentence. So the preposition uses it to separate these two, but also to talk about how are these things connected. If I say we are moving Chicago next month, it makes it sound like I have Chicago, I have a city, and I'm going to pick up the city and move it somewhere else. But that's not what we're talking about. I am moving, I'm moving myself. The result, the end, is going to be Chicago. So this is what we're trying to understand. Now, I would use this picture to help you understand what's going on, because it's these three things. It's always going to be location, change of location, or time. And that's the main purpose of most prepositions. Now, in, on, at are the common ones. But let's talk about some other ones. So, our next video, we're going to talk about common prepositions, not just the ones we always use. Okay, so this is just to introduce ourselves to prepositions. In, on, at, time and place, okay, relationship. So, we're going to practice some of these and we're going to talk about some common ones. So come back to our next video and we're going to talk about some common prepositions. Okay, thank you for joining me. And as normal, please check the links, because I will be providing the links for this so you can practice at home. Okay, thank you so much and we'll see you again.